It's 9:35 KDAY Morning Show. Cece and Romeo.
Hey
Krush Groove is coming, man. It's right around the corner.
Yes, it
April
is.
30th. And you know what? When I think about Krush Groove, we think about boom, 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 boom.
Boom, 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 boom. You know,
Krayzie Bone in the building.
Come
What's
on,
happening? What's
give it
happening?
up.
What's happening?
Yes.
Man, you already know what it is. I'm
sir.
going to tell you right now, Cece, let people know what you were talking about off the air about the energy.
Yeah, so listen, first of all, you guys did your thing on Verzuz. I think you already know it because everybody's been
thank you.
praising you guys. But every time we talk about it, I'm like, yo, I need that energy. That energy, I want to see that at the Crypto.com arena
sure.
on April 30th.
Definitely. Oh yeah, you know we coming with the energy. we gonna be energized because you know we haven't been doing that many shows because of the whole COVID situation. So
Yeah.
when we
Right.
hit the stage, you know it be there. You know what I'm saying? So,
Absolutely.
I feel like it's a reset button. You know, y'all ready
yeah,
to get
definitely,
back at it.
Definitely. And that Verzuz was just something we had been anticipating for so long. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? We thought it was gonna happen, then it didn't. We thought it was gonna happen, but when it happened, everybody was ready. So the adrenaline was just.
was just
Wonderful.
there, yes.
Versus
Oh, yeah.
by far.
Definitely.
So I'm gonna hit you with a hard question right off the top, man. So there's a history class. Let's just say there's kids 30 years from now, they're reading a hip hop history book. If there was one song that you only could put in there to define Bone Thugs and Harmony out of all your career, what song would it be for the group that you would want to be the intro for that history lesson?
Man, it would have to be Thuggish, Ruggish, Bone.
Wow.
Why is that, Krayzie Bone?
Because that describes us to the T.
Yes, it does.
You know what I'm saying? It describes us to the T. It lets you know who we are, you know, and that was our whole persona. You know what I'm saying? You think about the braids, the afros, just Thuggish, Ruggish, Bone, the dickies, everything we, you know, just how we carried ourselves. It was just that thug mentality for real.
Okay.
No, listen, when they're on stage and they're singing that,
Yeah.
it's so crazy. All you got to do is look at the crowd. Everybody knows every
Yeah.
single word to that
Definitely.
song. Now, let's talk about your solo debut, Thug Mentality, back in 1999. Let's take it back because you worked with Big Pun, E40, Mariah Carey, Snoop. I want to know, though, how was it? I never had the honor of meeting Big Pun. How was it being in that studio with him?
Man, you know, Big Pun, like we know, like Fat Joe and was one of the first hip hop artists that took us in, like back in the day, like we used to go to New York, like with Steve Lobel, and he had us around Fat Joe, like so, like we used to kick with Joe so much. They're like, yo, look, y'all family, like so we used to kick, like so we knew Pun before he was even Pun when he was Punisher. You know what I'm saying? Like we used to ride around with him. He used to rap like he was dope. You know what I'm saying? He actually was featured on Flesh and Bone's first album. So it's like we always said, yo, this dude got flow. Like we was like, this dude is like crazy. And Joe always told us like he about to be next. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he just got better and better. And then by the time he came out, it was just,
Did you guys click automatically?
man, automatically, like it wasn't nothing but like respect and love. Like man, it was family. Like I told you, like we were actually in New York doing the interview. I think it was with The Source or one of them magazines when we found out he passed away. And we cut the interview and we went straight over to his people's house and was like,
Man.
was just tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so, yeah, we was close like that for sure.
Well, I love the fact, Cece, that you named those names, right? We're thinking
Right.
about Mariah
Yeah.
Carey,
Yes,
Biggie,
indeed.
you know what I'm saying? Pun, like so many, but out of all those studio sessions that you had with them, which one stood out the most? Like you may be more like maybe nervous about, not intimidated, but nervous, excited, or just maybe didn't go the way you thought it would go?
I'm just curious to know, do you even still get nervous, right?
That's true.
Man, yeah, definitely. Yeah, like for real. Like I just did something. I mean, when I did something live with Dionne Warwick one time in New York on Action Red, man, I was like nervous. Like I was
Really?
like, because we was doing it live, and I'm like, yo, I'm up here with this legend.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like she looking like she ain't worried about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I hope I remember my part. I hope I can get these harmonies right. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but man, it was crazy. But those features, man, I was just like, I was excited because like most of those artists, you know what I'm saying, I listened to.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Even with the Snoop and Corrupt, like when all that beef was over, it was like I was in there like, man, I'm in the studio with Snoop and Corrupt. We in here doing a song.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then like to do it with Mariah and just have like Tretch and all these people come in. It was beef with 3 6 Mafia supposedly back then, but I did a song with Gangsta Boo.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like history being made at the time. We just didn't realize it yet.
I heard that.
Yeah, that's dope, man. Krush Groove artists, we talking about Bone Thugs and Harmony. Krayzie Bone in the building. Get your tickets right now at Ticketmaster.com. So let's talk about the podcast you got going on, too, because you got a lot going on. You want to speak on that?
Yeah,
it's pretty dope, man.
Yes, I got a podcast called Truth Talks. It's a little different than these other podcasts, man. You know, we don't talk about like all the gossip that goes on. You know what I'm saying? We basically, the whole concept is this: we take like situations, we take topics.
Mm-hmm.
So we take a topic like snitching, and we look at two different standpoints. We look at the standpoint of what man says about snitching, and we look at what God says about it. And we see which one. Of course, God always wins. So you know what I'm saying. But that's the purpose of the show, to get people to understand some of these codes and some of these traditions we've been following. They may look good to man, it may be okay with man, but does God feel that way?
Oh,
wow.
So that's
Has there been like an episode that you've done where as soon as you're done with the episode, you've gotten in your car and you're driving, you're just thinking like, man, this one was that episode that really like, you know, is changing some lives?
Yeah. We just did one yesterday. Mm-hmm. And it was about everything that's going on with the whole Russia-Ukraine thing, basically making people understand where we are in time. Like everything that's going on, like right now, is part of Bible prophecy, whether people believe it or not. So you got to pay close attention to what's going on and how these nations are moving, because it's part of Bible prophecy.
Yeah, that's true, man. Okay, I got a question I got to ask you. Shouts out to Guap City, because he threw this one at us, and I'm like, this is a dope-ass question. Crossroads, who came up with that hook?
Man, I can't remember who came up with the actual hook. I know we all like put in like bits and pieces to it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And like we was just I really can't remember, bro. Like I just know like somebody had to do it and we all went in and started singing it like yeah.
So the track was just going and somebody was like, Crossroads. I mean, because it's really one word, the whole hook, but it's so powerful the way it's delivered.
Yeah, I know. Like, so, man, I'm sitting here trying to remember as we talk. I'm like,
That's crazy.
Who went in there? I don't know who did it, man, but like.
Okay, so while you're remembering that, let me ask you, off the top of your head, okay, best thing and worst thing about touring?
The best thing about it is you get to go to like so many different places and meet so many different people and see how, you know, like the different cultures just in America.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because every big city has a different culture. The worst thing about it is just like your eating habits.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like just every night, you know what I'm saying? You need that pick me up before you go on stage. So you're going to drink something, you're going to smoke something. And that's a lot of wear and tear. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the worst thing.
It's
is
very
the
hard
physical.
to eat healthy on the road.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree.
very, very hard to eat healthy. You know what I'm saying? Because you're always on the go. You ain't got time. You in the city for only like what, like 8 to 10 hours a day.
Yeah. Then you on
Then
to the
you
next
go,
one.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I talked to several people, and I think you and I spoke about this. It was almost a blessing in disguise having this break during the pandemic, because it allowed you to have a reset button. Because remember, y'all were touring back to back for years.
Yeah.
Now, you know, people got a chance to take care of their family, get themselves back
Catch
in shape
up.
and healthy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Eyes is wide open. You feel me?
Yeah, man, and it made me realize too, though, you know, a lot of things that I can do without. You know what I'm saying? Like
powerful.
it's like I could do without a lot of this stuff that I really thought I needed, but I don't, because I'm doing just fine. You know what I'm saying? So it put me on a whole mental level, for sure.
And you probably got to spend more time with your family.
Yes, indeed, for sure.
Right. And I think that when you spend more time with your family, there's probably, especially for you, because you're an artist and you're always traveling, you probably miss like some bits and pieces of their lives. So when you're there, I'm sure like you get to discover them all over again. I'm sure there's certain things you've learned about, like even being like through COVID with Malachi.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's things that you learned because you spent more time, right?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you get to just sit back and say, wow, you getting older. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you realize like how much time you miss, because they're getting grown. They're getting their dreams in order. You know what I'm saying? They already know what they want to do. So yeah, it was definitely helpful for sure.
Yeah, and
Nice.
like you said, I'm glad you said that too, Cece, about a relationship, because time flies by so quick. Before you know
Yes,
it,
it
you know, the
does.
kids are growing up, they out of the house, you be like, yo, did we really even spend a lot of time together? But you were out doing your job, making sure they can live right, live comfortable.
Exactly.
So it's a give and take situation, man, but I applaud you on doing that. So Bone Thugs and Harmony going to be doing their thing, Krush Groove.
I'm so excited about it.
2022.
Yes. Grab your tickets.
Make sure you get your tickets, man. They going to bring that same energy. They promise you that, CC.
Listen, I want that Verzuz energy because when I was sitting down watching, I was sitting there, I was like, that's right. That's Bone Thugs. That's how they come, baby, okay? But we're super excited, too, because you've got Thug Line Records.
Yeah.
And let's talk about that, like why it's so important for you to now venture like really into the business world aspect of it.
Yeah, it's actually, I changed the name. It's actually The Life.
Okay, this is breaking news right here.
Breaking news.
Yes.
The Life Entertainment?
The Life Entertainment, you know what I'm saying? I actually changed it because I wanted it to have, you know, a more epic appeal. I didn't want the artists that I signed to be put into a box. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want people to think I was signing all the, you know, because I got some artists that has nothing to do with the streets. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't want everybody to be put in a box. But yes, that's a label that I'm currently pushing artists right now. I have an artist that's 14 years old from California.
Okay.
If you heard this dude, it's like you would be like, this dude is not 14 years old. He's been here before. Like he's like very, very knowledgeable. He's not on what the kids his age is on as far as music. Like it's like I said, it's like he come from our generation.
Oh, he's an old soul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Old soul.
Okay. When's this project gonna drop?
Well, I'm working with him now, you know what I'm saying? Got him in the studio, like doing development with him, like just, you know, like he a raw artist. He got the pen down. You got the pen, but like, you know what I'm saying? You gotta that ain't everything. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have a presence. You gotta know how to speak and all that. So that's what I'm doing for my artists too, is I'm like going back to the old way of developing artists, not just throwing them out there and say dance.
I applaud you for that, because nowadays they'll take an artist, see what sticks, and if it don't stick, they kind of leave them
back
by
in
the
the
wayside.
day too. What they used to do with artists, they used to take them and train them for interviews.
Yeah,
this is what you're going to be talking about. This is what you're going to be, you know, because sometimes you'll get these new artists and they're not even trained, and the interview was a waste of time.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, so I love that you're going back to how it is, because that's where it worked at. You got to train them.
Oh yeah, that's always the proper way, and then just so they comfortable with it. Because, like, I know when we first started, we didn't know what the hell we was talking about. Man, I watched some old interviews. I'm like, what was we talking about? Like, and why is we talking so slow? Like, we just, it was just crazy, man.
Yeah, man. It's a growing process, but you paying it forward to new artists. We definitely love that. Definitely. And before you roll out, we got to talk about the strain, man. What's going on with that?
Yes, indeed, man. It's the Krayzie Bone Cannabis Company. The strain is doing well, but I got to tell you about the syrup I have, man.
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? The syrup is the Krayzie Bone liquid leaf. You know what I'm saying? I actually dropped it like last year. It's doing very, very well here in California, New Mexico, moving to Colorado and Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? It's a syrup. It's lean, but it's not the kind of lean. It's THC.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's THC, guys.
THC. You're not gonna die from this. Trust me.
Okay.
I guarantee you. You know what I'm saying? It's THC, fully THC. So you take it. You know what I'm saying? You pour it in whatever drink you want to. You can pour it in water. You can pour it in juice, soda, and it's just like you hit a blunt. You good.
There you go.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about it. April 30th, Crypto.com Arena. Now, we're saying Crypto.com Staples Center, right? That's still...
It still comes out.
It's hard for us, but
For real.
this is like the very first time KDAY has done a concert at formerly known as Staples Center, Crypto.com. So we're excited about this, like to be in that arena.
Oh, yeah.
Like when they told you that, like what were you thinking?
Man, we always hype when it's time for us to do like something with Krush Groove, but you know, we're going to be there. And like I said, the energy is going to, we're going to show y'all, the energy is going to be through the roof.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother's going to come out and do our thing like we always do. We looking forward to it, for sure.
I love it.
Definitely, man. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you pulling up, bro, you know?
Yes, indeed. All love.
All love, baby. Let's go.